Sri Ramakrishna Most Revered Secretary Maharaj, in charge of this evening college, Swami Mahamedhanandaji, the principal of this evening college, Swami RamakrishnanandaJi Maharaj, other teachers, and my dear students. I am happy to be here with you this evening to share some thoughts on Swami RamakrishnanandaJi Maharaj. I understand you are all newly admitted students, 1 month in the college. So the ambience, the culture may be a little new, and anything which is new sometimes is not easily acceptable unless you understand why it is being done. That requires an open mind. In my brief talk today, I won't be going too much into the personal details of the life of Shashi Maharaj. Instead, I will try to present to you an idea of what we can learn from this life and why we should learn from such a life. I begin with the question, who is great? Now, if we take up this question, each one of us sitting here will have some personality coming in our mind. Who is great? Someone may have a cricket player, someone may have a film star, someone else. Who is great? The definition of greatness, it depends on how I understand life, what I value in life. Some people may think if someone is very wealthy, he has a big property, he is very rich, I think he is great. They measure greatness in terms of wealth. There may be some who measure greatness in terms of physical strength. This man is so strong physically, he is really great. That is greatness for him. There may be some who may value physical beauty, so good looking, so great. There may be sportsmen, film stars, politicians, businessmen. Someone may say, this businessman is so rich, he has so many factories, he is great. For me, this is greatness. We all have different understandings of greatness. But our rishis, the ancient rishis of India, they say, only they are great men or women who are unselfish and live for the service of others. Please note this point. Who is great? The rishis of India, in one voice they tell us, that man or that woman is great who is unselfish and who does some service for society without any expectations. And these people are always trying to do good to others, and simultaneously they are good in their own work. They have excellence in their work. They are efficient and honest. There are some good people, but they are good for nothing. You will find in society, he is a very good man, but he is good for nothing. We don't call that greatness. These are people who are very good in heart and they are very good in work. Both heart and hand and brain. All the three are combined to produce an excellence. And such people, they have excellence in all their relationships. They are excellent as a son. You are all boys, so I will speak only in these terms. So this man is excellent as a son, he is excellent as a brother, as a friend, later as a father, as a worker, as a neighbor, as a citizen. In every relationship, we all have so many relationships, in every relationship, this person is great. Such a man is really great. Not a politician or a film star or a cricket star. You only see the outside thing. Inside, what is his personal life? He will be a hero who shows that he is very good and noble in the cinema. In personal life, he may be a very bad man. That is not greatness. It is an illusion. So this real greatness can be manifested by each and every one. That is the key point. The poorest of the poor can manifest this greatness. So that much about what is greatness. Now why should we worry about these great people or think about them? There is a reason why we should give some attention to the lives of these great people. We were going to read books, history, physics, chemistry, business management, economics. We are reading all these books so that we can understand that subject and later convert that knowledge into some practical application. You want to use it in practical life. Bring it into use so that you can benefit and society also benefits. Very good. That is your knowledge which the Rishis called Apara Vidya. Knowledge of this manifest world. Now, I can learn these subjects from a textbook and there are very good teachers to teach me. What about life? Is there a textbook on life? I have to lead a life. I am in a college. I am studying 4 hours, 5 hours. Rest of the time, my life, how do I conduct myself? What do I value in life? What is important to me? How do I approach life? How do I face challenges? Who will teach me this? There, the lives of these great people come to our aid. The lives of great men and women are the textbooks which teach us how to approach life, how to understand life. If my very understanding of life is limited, is warped, I don't have a clear understanding, I won't be able to see the truth as it is. Suppose I wear a red glass, I will see everyone sitting here as wearing red dress. Now the problem is not in the world, it is in my glasses. So how do I approach life will be decided by the glasses I wear. Reading, studying the lives of great men will help us to see life correctly. So in that reason, we have such occasions where we celebrate the Jayanthi, the birthdays of great people, so that we can remember their lives, what they did, remember their message, teachings, and correct ourselves in our journey through life. I discussed 2 things. What is or who is great? Second, why we should study the lives of great people. Now, third point, which is the highest knowledge? A science student may say, nuclear physics is the highest knowledge. An art student, he may have something else. There are so many streams of knowledge. Pure science, technical science, fine arts, and in ancient India, it was considered like 64 kalas or arts and 14 vidyas or techniques. If someone was really educated, he should be a master in 64 arts and 14 techniques, vidyas. Then he is considered completely educated. So there are so many fields of knowledge. But the same Rishis tell us the highest knowledge is self-knowledge. What is self-knowledge? It is to know one's true nature. If I ask you, who are you? You will tell your name. If I ask you, still, who are you? You will give your identity as, I am so-and-so, my father is so-and-so, I belong to this area. All outside identifications. But inside, what is my core identity? Behind the body and the mind, who am I? Who exactly am I? What am I? So this discovery, inner discovery, is called self-discovery. And what you achieve with that is self-knowledge. And this can be achieved in many ways. And our society, Indian society, has always held that this self-knowledge is the highest knowledge. And those who achieve this self-knowledge are the greatest benefactors of mankind. So we have had millions of people for hundreds and thousands of years, millions of people have left home, they have left pleasures of this world, they have retired to forests, mountain caves, and they have tried to realize the truth through prayer, meditation, intense physical austerities. They have tried to say, who am I? I want to discover this truth. This is the highest knowledge. I will acquire this knowledge. No textbook can give me this. I have to find it out with the help of scriptures and Guru. Swami Vivekananda, for the first time, brought a revolution in this pursuit of higher knowledge. He gave a new idea. What is this idea that Swami Vivekananda gave? Atmano mokshartham jagat hitaya cha. This is the idea Swami Vivekananda gave. Until then, people would retire, go into the forests, but here Swamiji said, no, we will realize this self, which is the highest knowledge, we will attain that, but along with that, we will serve the society. How will we serve the society? With a particular attitude. What is that attitude? Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. We will serve man, seeing him as God. So this is a new idea given by Swami Vivekananda. You pursue the highest knowledge, but you don't have to withdraw from society. You will continue to work in society. You will continue to work. Principal is working in the college. Yes, it is a work. It looks a very secular work, but it is converted into a sacred activity, which will help me to attain this highest knowledge. That is the grand idea that Swami Vivekananda gave. This kind of spiritual sadhana was practiced by Swami Vivekananda and his 15 other brother disciples. They were all trained by Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who is worshipped as an incarnation of God. One of these 15 brother disciples of Swami Vivekananda is Shashi Maharaj, Swami RamakrishnanandaJi. We have already heard how he got that name. He is an epitome, a perfect example of some qualities which every student should have. I will try to dwell in the next 10 minutes on these qualities which will help us to be better human beings, which will help you to be better students. The first is Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. Faith in God. Swamiji says, only faith in God is not enough. You all have faith in God. Just before exam, everyone will go to Vinayaka temple or Saraswati. That faith is not real faith. Swamiji likes us to have faith in oneself. I have faith in myself. That is faith in the real sense. Faith in oneself. But Shraddha is a very broad term. It also means a positive attitude. You see, now you are sitting here. Everyone is sitting. That's fine. But not everyone is present here. Physically present, mentally absent. It happens in a classroom. In this very audience, some may be totally mentally absent. Physically present, mentally absent. That is a loss of Shraddha. There is no involvement. I will involve where I like. Where I don't like, I will detach and go into daydreaming. That mind cannot achieve excellence. Because I have to involve myself in life. Every opportunity that life gives me, I have to use it to improve myself. Now this Shraddha, Swami Ramakrishnananda teaches us. What are these things that we can see? First is his faith in his Guru, Sri Ramakrishna. He was a meritorious student. He liked mathematics, Sanskrit, philosophy, English. He in fact had a scholarship in his school days. Remember, it is in those British days, getting a scholarship was not easy. He had a scholarship. Later, he started his BA with mathematics. But when he was continuing his graduation, his Guru became ill with throat cancer. So Shashi Maharaj decided, I want this highest knowledge, not this BA certificate. So he left the course and full-fledged time, all full time, day and night, he took up the service of his Guru. Day and night he would serve his Guru. All the other disciples also served. But among them, Shashi Maharaj's devotion and service was unparalleled. He had not a thought for his comfort. No question about him, only about my Guru. The best service that one could think, that was seen in his service to his Guru, Sri Ramakrishna. That faith that my Guru, just by service to him, I will be uplifted. That faith was manifest in his work. There is another incident which comes much later, though I can connect it here. It was in this Mailapur Mutt. Shashi Maharaj had started this giving bhandara. It is a Annadan. Sri Ramakrishna Sthiti Puja Day, a big gathering of poor people, everyone will be fed. So once he announced Sri Ramakrishna Sthiti Puja, there will be a big Annadan. Previous day in the Mutt, there was not even one bag of rice. So some devotee came and asked, "You have announced tomorrow hundreds and thousands of people will come. You don't have any rice in the Mutt. How will you feed them?" Immediately Shashi Maharaj told, "You don't have faith in God. If you have faith in God, you will not be anxious like this. Don't you have faith in Mother Annapurna? We have told that in Guru Maharaj's name we will be feeding the poor. If you have faith, God will send it." Even when they were talking like this, unexpectedly, someone sent a cart load of rice and other things necessary for the Annadan. Repeatedly throughout his life, it is not simply talking, mere words. No, from his heart he believed, "I trust God." Complete trust. Like a baby trusts its mother. Will it have any doubt? Will my mother take care of me? The child complete trust with his mother and father. Like that, Shashi Maharaj had complete trust in God, in his Guru. And all his life, he has shown that with that faith, you can come out. You can come out with excellent work. So two aspects, faith in oneself and faith in God. This we find in Shashi Maharaj's life, which is the foundation for a student's life. What I will learn, how I will go in my life, future life, this anxiety is not going to help me as a student. I have to focus all my energies on studying what subject I have taken. And if I dedicate myself to my subject, I am bound to be excellent. I am bound to be good, and results are bound to come. Second is discipline. It is also a part of Shraddha. Now, the big problem for students is how to control our mind. We all like to get some techniques. So if I give an advertisement, I'll teach you mind control in 1 hour. I think everyone will apply for it, whatever money I may paying. But those things don't work. The mind has to be controlled in a methodical way. It's a different process. One future we find in Swami RamakrishnanandaJi is amazing. When he would sit for worship, you saw we did a small arati to God, we worship. When he would sit for worship, he could sit 24 hours at a stretch without getting up from the asana. Suppose I continue next 2 hours. How many will sit here? Not many. Someone will take a toilet break, someone will say my head is breaking, and he will be leaving. 24 hours without getting up, without shifting his asana position, he could sit and continue his worship. Meditate, chant, do the ritualistic worship 24 hours. Repeatedly, other people have seen him do this. That is the power of mind. That mind which can control the body like that, that mind is automatically, it is understood, it has tremendous control over the thinking process. If you want to control the mind, first stage is control the body. If you can sit still without moving, that itself is a big step forward in controlling the mind. He was a very brilliant student. Please don't imagine that these people who think about God, self-realization, they don't do well in academics, so they run away. Not like that. In the Ramakrishna order, we have so many people who have achieved excellence in their respective fields, and they have then decided I will pursue this highest knowledge, self-knowledge. Shashi Maharaj also was like that. But still, he has shown that with such a mind, you can pursue the higher truth. Next, I want to speak on obedience. Shashi Maharaj was the only disciple among all the brother disciples who took it upon himself to serve his Guru even after his Mahasamadhi. For him, his Guru was a living presence. Others were interested in austerities. They went to Himalayas. They went around the country, whole country, to pilgrim places. They tried to do their tapasya there. But Shashi Maharaj, he refused to even go to Calcutta. Just some half an hour away from the mutt, he would not even go there. His whole day, his whole life was centered around the shrine, his Guru. And his Guru was a living presence for him. From morning till night, he had only one central thought. How do I serve my Guru? When he was alive, he served him. And after his Mahasamadhi, day and night, he served him. That's why Maharaj told, he is an example, modern example for Hanuman. Hanuman's whole life is centered on Sri Ramachandra. And here Shashi Maharaj's life was centered on Sri Ramakrishna. That's why Swamiji gave him that name, Ramakrishnananda. He takes joy in only one thing, that is serving his Guru, Sri Ramakrishna. Suppose he is resting in the afternoon and he feels it is hot. Those days there was no electricity. Immediately Shashi Maharaj will get up. If I am feeling hot, my God, my Guru, my Ishtadevata, he is also feeling hot. Remember, he is a living presence. Immediately he will go to open the shrine and start fanning Sri Ramakrishna's photo. It is not an ordinary photo. For you and me, it looks like a photo. For saints like him, it is a living presence. Until the mind is a little pure, he can't even understand this idea. If the mind becomes a little calm, little pure, then we can see how this spiritual vibration can be felt by us in our hearts. So Shashi Maharaj will go, stand there, and whole night he will keep fanning his Guru. If I am feeling hot, my Guru is feeling hot, I will fan him. That kind of faith, not a drop of poison there. Suspicion is a poison. Confusion is a poison. No suspicion, no ignorance, no confusion. 100% faith. My Guru is here. And if you have that faith, God has to manifest there. And Sri Ramakrishna received his service that was felt by all the other brother disciples. Now these brother disciples, they were engaged in their sadhana, but they didn't have any mind to go out, beg for food. But you have a stomach, and once in a while it will tell, give me food. So what to eat? Shashi Maharaj took it upon himself. He was a total team man. Okay, all my brother disciples, they are doing great tapasya, sadhana, meditation. My sadhana is serving my Guru and serving my brother disciples. How would I feel? I have joined this college, there are some 500 students. I have to take care of myself. I am a good student. I will study, I will go out. Now there is another person, another student who says, I have joined this college, I will do well, and I will take care of my classmates also. I will try to help everyone. You have some need, I will try to fulfill that need. That is a greater mind. Swami RamakrishnanandaJi, he took it upon himself to serve his brother disciples. They will be sitting in meditation and deeply immersed in study. He will go, bake food, bring it, cook, offer it to Sri Ramakrishna, then go and drag his brothers, come, have something to eat. They say, no, don't disturb, I want to continue my studies. He says, Arey, you have not eaten anything whole day, come now, eat. And he forces them to eat. That kind of a love. So service, that kind of a feeling, brotherly feeling, if we can cultivate that, we will become a gem. Mark sheet will show one thing, character will show something else. Ramakrishnanandaji teaches us how we can feel and expand ourselves. If I can serve my fellow students, if I can contribute to my college, I will certainly benefit. College will benefit, classmates will benefit, I will grow. That itself can be a sadhana. So Shashi Maharaj, that kind of a spirit, I hope we all can pick up and help ourselves and help the community in which we are living. Now the kind of physical labor he had to put in Chennai, he came here, as Maharaj said, 14 years he was here in Chennai. One word from his leader, Vivekananda, go to Madras and start a center. He who had not gone even half an hour away to Calcutta, he left, next steamer he took and came to Madras. Why? Obedience. My leader, Vivekananda is the leader, he has told me, I will go. When he came here, he had to face a lot of hardships. But he continued, persisted with his faith in God. And he established this work in Chennai, and he was also instrumental in setting up our ashram in Bangalore and some other places, Mumbai. So this contribution of Shashi Maharaj for the spreading of the message of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda in South India is all recorded in his book. I hope at least some of you will be interested to read that. That was my intention, to present to you a life which has shown us how we can uplift ourselves by service to an ideal. As students, you should have an ideal, pursuing knowledge. Yes, you have come to do your course, BBM or whatever it is. It is not just to take a certificate. I will attain this knowledge, acquire this knowledge, and then I will contribute. And if you have that spirit, this spirit of dedication, shraddha, obedience, discipline, everything will manifest. So with these few words, I conclude, and I hope and I pray to Thakur Swamiji and Shashi Maharaj that he will fill us all with his spirit of shraddha. That one thing if we have, everything else will come into life. Have shraddha. This is a great institution. You are fortunate that you have got a seat here. But if you don't participate, you won't benefit. You will leave only with a certificate. If you participate, you will take something more which no certificate can give. That is what will be going into your life. Let us all pray that we will be better students of life. Sri Ramakrishna.
ಅದ್ಭುತ ಕವಳ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಆದಿ ಮೂಲ ಗಣನಾಥ ಗಜಾನನ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಕವಳ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ದೇವ ದೇವ ಜಯ ವಿಜಯ ವಿನಾಯಕ ದೇವ ದೇವ ಜಯ ವಿಜಯ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ ವರ ಶಿವ ದೇವ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ ವರ ಶಿವ ದೇವ ಪ್ರಭೋ ಗಣಪತೆ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ வாழ்வருள்வாயே பிரಭೋ ಗಣಪತೆ 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 सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती जय गुरुदेव कारुण्यपूर्ण जय गुरुदेव कारुण्यपूर्ण निज शुभ चरित साधर्यमान जय गुरुदेव कारुण्यपूर्ण निज शुभ चरित साधर्यमान जय गुरुदेव कारुण्यपूर्ण निज शुभ चरित साधर्यमान जय गुरुदेव जनिमृदिशमन शारदनाथ पुनिजनमदित पाद सरोज जनिमृदिशमन Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye. Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam Sharanye. Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam, Kripahi Kevalam Sharanye. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye. Sharanagatoham, Sharanagatoham, Sharanagatoham Sharanye. Sharanagatoham, Sharanagatoham, Sharanagatoham Sharanye. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye. Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye. Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanye.
Some of them over here, which we all can feel proud. This institution can definitely feel proud. A very popular television channel, which is known for spiritualism and all that, Shankara TV, had organized a Sangeet Samrat. So it was a national level, all India level competition. They had two events. One was the Sangeet Samrat, other one was the Bhajan Samrat. The Sangeet Samrat was an individual event. In all, 50 were shortlisted and 6 rigorous rounds were there. And in the top 5, we're just not lucky enough to get the first place, but position number 2, 3, 4 were occupied by some of them here. I'm very happy to inform the second place was occupied by, was rather given to Kishore Ramesh of first BCom CS. The third place, R.D. Adarsh of second BCom General. And there was a fourth position as well that was given to R. Sriram of second BCom Bank Management. And there was one, it was another, there's a team event, Bhajan Samrat, and some of them have a team called Jnaneshwar Bhajan Mandali. Before I just know the team, I just need to tell you a brief idea about what exactly was an event. Out of so many teams, in all 21 teams took part in the semi-final round, of which 8 teams were selected for the Super 8, which was named as the Ashtalakshmi round. In the semi-finals, this team secured second place. In the Super 8 round, which was judged by a very popular personality, there were in all 5 rounds, which was one-on-one basis, in which this team was named as the first qualifying finalist. So they secured the first place in the Super 8. The event is still continuing. I'm very happy to introduce to you the team Anirudh Balaji of second BCom General, R. Sundaramurali of third BCA, J. Krishnakant of third BCA. They were accompanied by R. Sriram of second BCom Bank Management. This is no mean achievement. This is no mean achievement. Definitely deserves a thunderous applause for them. Taking part in a national level competition and to perform at this level, definitely, I think these children have done us very proud. They came and told me this couple of days back, I said, please give me the privilege of me announcing this in front of the dignitaries, in front of our chief guest, Secretary Maharaj, our Incharge Maharaj and Principal. So thank you for honoring me and for letting me just making this announcement. Thank you boys, thank you so much.